This is Elise. She's the PCC.
Yeah. What was your name again? Martin?
Hey.
Kang?
Martin. So you talked to
Yeah.
Okay. So did she tell you about the plan that your mom and I came up with?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I guess my confusion is because we've had a lot of trouble with social workers in the past.
Yeah.
With Andre, my grandfather, and now this. And with my grandfather, he was basically kidnapped from my family, shipped to Victoria. Shimei and I actually got on a ferry, went there, tracked him down, saw him in the room, and then we were asked to leave by security. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and that's like Uncle John has been in my life my entire life. So 25 years, he's been here, and then his family gets to flex their familial weight or whatever happened, and social services takes him to Victoria, away from us, who he's been here 25 years, right? My grandfather. Then we're asked to leave. After 25 years, we are asked to leave by the social worker and the security of the hospital. So that brings us to today, when we asked the family, the immediate family of my sister, who have been with my entire life, okay, to not let Julian in, okay? And our wishes were, unlike the Duncan clan, who managed to get my grandfather taken from here after 25 years of being my male role model, my male influence, to Victoria, okay? So do you see the disparity in how the families were treated, okay? Why did that happen?
Today?
Yeah, why did we get treated like this? Why were our wishes and desires disrespected in such a way when the Duncan clan managed to get social services to take my grandfather, who has been there for me for 25 years, to Victoria, then get us removed from his room by security? I'm asking for an explanation of the disparity between these two situations.
Okay, well, I can't say anything about what happened with your grandfather.
So you don't know?
Well,
you didn't know?
No. Well, I know. I didn't know that happened.
Okay. Did you know about Andre and the stuff with Andre?
I do. I know. Like.
Sorry for interrupting you.
No,
so you can understand that we have a history, right?
It sounds like you feel like those people had a lot of control over that situation, and you feel like you don't have very much control.
I couldn't even get seen in a timely fashion today. She came out. Oh yeah, okay. He's finished talking to your mother and sister. It'll be 10 more minutes. Is that okay? What am I supposed to say? No, it's not okay. Well, you're going to have to sit there and wait, because I do not have control in this situation. No. There is threats of proxy violence, because if I try to take control, I will be removed by force. So there is no control for me here. I am at the mercy of a person inputted by the system that is supposed to protect my family. You have the control here. So why did you choose to do that?
Okay, so for starters, I can't comment on what happened in the past with your other family member, with your grandfather, because I wasn't part of that situation. I don't know why he was transferred. I can't comment on any of that. Okay. So starting from when I got here this morning, I'm just on shift starting today. Okay. So I heard about your sister. Okay. I got some handover from the previous social worker.
Allie. Thank you.
Yeah. So Julian presented himself today. So I talked to him.
Okay.
Because I'm responsible for supporting everyone connected to this case.
Okay.
He was here, presented completely fine, not threatening in any way. Okay. So we don't have a reason to deny anyone access.
Question.
Yeah.
The hospital appointed my mom the temporary decision maker.
Yes.
What did my mom say? What did my mom say? What did my mom say?
I need to tell you that temporary decision maker is specific for medical decisions, nothing else.
So why were the nurses asking all this stuff? Allie, she was there when my mom, the nurse, and my mom and Allie went over this as a group, and they agreed to this, my mom's wishes. Okay, so
Allie didn't, I didn't get handed over that there was a final decision about Julian being here or not.
the nurses were aware. The nurses were aware. So where is that paper trail? Because the nurses were aware. Did you not check with the nurses?
The nurses, you're saying
My sister was here.
So you're saying the nurses were aware that Julian was not supposed to visit?
Yes. The nurses were aware that that only the immediate family was supposed to be here, and if anyone outside of the immediate family was to come here, they would have to be with the immediate family. So did you not check with them?
I met with Julian.
Please address my question. Did you not check with the nurses?
So I think from the nursing perspective, probably what happened was they were speaking to your mom,
Okay.
and she expressed her wishes that she didn't want Julian to visit.
Along with Allie. Allie was there as well.
Okay. So Allie, probably from her perspective, she heard that your mom decided that she didn't want Julian to visit for the specific reason.
Only
why you don't want him to
immediate
visit.
family. Only immediate family. We actually are planning for Shemai's friends to show up, but we made it an express thing that they would show up with Tisha, my younger sister, who's here, when Julian was here.
She wasn't here when he was here earlier.
Okay, she said she showed up as he was being let in.
So he
Not the time
could have visited and then he could have left and then
Okay,
come back.
regardless, my mom's, she was appointed the temporary decision maker by the hospital. Her decisions were ignored.
So
I guess what Jordy's
temporary
trying to say-
decision maker is specific for medical decisions.
Okay.
It's not specific for visitors.
It doesn't give cause to.
So
to
why
deny
even
visitation
ask?
to anyone.
Why even ask my mom who's allowed to visit?
I think the reason behind that would be if someone is a threat or if someone would be violent and you feel like it would be not appropriate for them to be in the hospital, then
Okay.
that person would not be allowed in the hospital. But
Okay.
if that person's not presenting as a violent person, they're not going to do harm to the patient, then it would be considered appropriate for that person to visit.
So anyone can visit, even though my mom said only immediate family. It really didn't matter what my mom said, is what you're saying. Anyone, after all of that discussion, after they said, lip service, lying to my mom that they would respect her wishes, it doesn't matter, because what matters is if they present a threat or not, is what you're saying.
According to protocol, yes.
So all of that was just to assuage her feelings, to make her feel better. It wasn't
And
actually
partly
truthful.
To find out if someone was a threat as well, to find out the information from her. So what is the reasoning behind why?
Why didn't Allie ask that? Why didn't the nurse ask that?
Sometimes when people first come in, people just want to express their feelings too, right? So Allie could have been taking the role of listening to what your mom's concerns were, and then taking that in, and then today is kind of where we're implementing the plan and sort of getting a plan in place. Whereas yesterday
So
was more so just taking that information in.
When I buzzed in, what is the protocol? Like, oh yeah, I'm here to see room 19. What do they do when I say that?
They check if the nursing is doing anything that would make it so that family couldn't be present. And
Okay.
if the nursing says it's okay for visitors to come back, then we buzz them in.
And we also
Regardless
check
of their
if there's-
identity.
We check if there's a restriction on that chart.
Okay, so
If
where
there's
are the
a specific-
restrictions kept?
In the Cardex, it would say a specific person that's not allowed to visit.
Okay.
Or
So nothing was recorded in there, is what you're saying. Nothing's in there, the Cardex.
From what I understand, it doesn't say that it's a for sure that he's not allowed to visit at this point. I think it was still a discussion of whether
It was
could
not.
be-
It was not. I was there. It was not. It was freaking very clear that it was immediate family, and outside of the immediate family, it was escorts.
Okay.
Escorted by the immediate family. Okay, so the fact that all of that discussion meant nothing other than lies, because you are saying that they took all that in and did nothing with it and made their own decisions anyways.
I guess from a nursing perspective, so I have a nursing perspective, so your sister is very ill, right? So it takes us a lot of our time to take care of her. So we are spending a lot of time doing blood work, doing tests, and taking care of her. So that information could have not been written down in the Cardex due to the fact that we're busy in the room taking care of her.
Okay.
So that could be part of the reason.
And part of the reason is that the relationship and the threat, possible threat, or appropriate behavior needed to be assessed further.
Okay, so I will return to that in a minute. The day this happened, Julian showed up, okay? My mom pointed at Julian and said, I don't want him staying here. He was forced to leave at that moment. He was forced to leave. Then we come back yesterday, same thing. So 2 days, you didn't do your job is what you're saying. You guys did not record my mother's wishes. Those 2 times, one when Julian was here, he went into the room, he saw my sister, he asked to stay, my mom said no, she was the temporary decision maker, she said no. They asked him to leave, he left. We finished our meeting, then we left. Yesterday, with Allie and the nurse, again, we expressed our wishes. So 2 times you missed it. One of my friends is a nurse. He says that you are supposed to keep paperwork of everything. Sometimes, yes, you're saving lives. But he said it is integral and imperative that when you have the time, you take care of the paperwork. So so you didn't take care of the paperwork because it's not in the Cardex.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes in these situations, with managing like dynamics in the family and who's coming and who's going, there's times where, because of family dynamics, it's not appropriate for people to be in a place at the same time, right? So your mom doesn't want someone present while she's there. That's fine, we can accommodate that. But it doesn't mean necessarily that someone is inappropriate to be here at another time, okay? So these kinds of things need to be assessed further.
Okay.
Okay. And because Julian presented himself today as appropriate, non-threatening at all, just wanted to see your sister. He spent a few minutes at the bedside, really, had some tears, and then left. I wasn't aware that he came back again with other people, but that seemed like an appropriate visit to me. So when I talked to your mom about that today, she kind of gave me, what's that?
All the court orders we went and did yesterday.
Yes, yeah. For
Amari.
Amari, sorry.
Yep.
So when I talked to your mom about the visit today, I said, I think that if, like from my perspective, if he can be here and be appropriate and just be in that like kind of grief space, that's something that we can accommodate. What your mom and I decided today is that he had the visit today, it went fine. I'm gonna call him this evening and we're gonna make an arrangement that for the next few days, I'm just gonna be in touch with him by phone.
Okay.
And he won't come to the unit. And then over the next few days, if he wants to come back and visit, then I will talk to your mom and your sister about that, and we may arrange a time for him to be here for a short time when the rest of the family's not here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your perspective.
So that's what we're gonna do moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your perspective.
Yeah.
Based on your initial interaction with Julian.
Yeah.
Does Shimei have a file? Like, did you read any history on Shimei before you?
Only hospital.
Only hospital
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
and from talking to your mom, have a sense of history before, but we can only control what happens in this specific space.
Okay.
If there, and I talked to your sister about this too, like if you guys, because there's a few things going on that you might want to talk to police about. If, like missing cell phone, missing money, that kind of stuff. If, like, say, police get involved outside of hospital, that changes the context of visitation, for sure. So we need to reassess kind of that at that time. But for the time being, today's visit, in my judgment, based on how he presented himself and presented himself as partner,
Okay. Which you didn't really do. Like, how much legwork did you do to, like, really verify what he was saying? Like,
well,
because I talked to the nurse and she started saying stuff about common law. Like, what did he say to you?
Well, I knew from Ali's handover that he was a boyfriend.
Yes.
And that he had presented himself in a marriage as a common law partner, but that was clarified by Ali that they weren't living together, but that he was the father of the baby and that he was a partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Cardex.
So I guess
I don't have access to health record.
Urgent message. Code Blue ICU pod to room 10.
So I guess probably from the Cardex perspective, the only time we would put a restriction on the Cardex is if it has been clarified as a full restriction, as a definite 100% no, that person is not allowed to come into the unit because they could be a risk for the patient or the staff. That's when it would be written on the Cardex. So
I would like to see it.
Therefore, it's not written on the Cardex.
I would like to make sure that it's not written on the Cardex.
I can show you probably that information.
Thank you. Perfect. There is a high level of, like with yesterday, when Ali and the nurse lied to my mom straight to her face. How am I supposed to trust you? How am I supposed to trust you?
So do you feel like it was a lie because you felt like he wasn't allowed to come in and then he came in? Is that why you feel like it was?
I feel like it was a lie because they came to an agreement. And that agreement, you just told me, was meaningless. They assured my mom of something that they did not truly intend.
Or couldn't back up.
Yeah.
At that time, right?
So why would I assume that you're telling me the truth about the Cardex being empty? I would like to see it. This is what you create. I hate people because they treat us like shit.
We don't want to treat you that way. We don't want you to feel like we're treating you that way. But we've made a plan to go forward, and I hope that we can do that in a good way.
There is no, hey man, you're the one with the power of the government behind you, so I'm just a powerless resource tile to be consumed by you, right? I don't have the power of the government behind me. I cannot kidnap my grandfather and take him to Victoria, but you can.
I guess what we can say.
I would like to see the Cardex, and then I'm done, because I have paid money to wait and go through this, so, and I don't want to pay more money to learn that I've been lied to and that my mom has been lied to, like the resource tile I am. So I would like to see the Cardex, and then I will leave. Okay.
So what you're looking for on the Cardex is if there's restrictions that are written for visitation.
If there are restrictions that are written in terms of visitation, this has all been a lie. So let's go see it.
Would you like to wait here and I can bring it to you?
I would like for us to get up as a group walk to a computer screen, you to load it up, and then I look at the information before anything can be changed.
It's on a written piece of paper.
Yeah.
Well,
You-
then let's go to the written piece of paper.
You actually can't, you can't have access to someone's health record, just like that.
Phone my mom.
Yeah.
Phone my mom. She's the temporary decision maker. Phone my
You
mom.
have to get her to, sign a release
It would
of
have to go
information.
through health records. Yeah.
You have to, she has to sign a release of information.
And this is the joke behind all of this, is now you're covering your asses. Now you're covered because, you don't want to get caught in the lie. But it's okay. I get it. It's all big, treated like shit. Because, even though you're her brother, and even though I let a man who has threatened to burn down her house, threatened her entire family in there, seen her against the wishes of her mother, who expressly stated that she didn't want that, even though you let that happen, you can't let me see the restrictions on who's allowed to see her.
So that
That makes sense.
information will be,
All we can do is say that the plan that we have going forward from here.
we can basically say the plan as of today because we weren't involved in the
Yeah.
writing of the plan.
That's so funny. You let Julian do what Julian wanted to do against, I guess you just let him do it.
What we
What
can
Julian,
say is that
he was visiting a person. He wasn't interacting with health records. He wasn't doing any of that system stuff. He was here as a visitor.
And the temporary decision maker cannot restrict, it's only health. It's only health.
Yeah.
What about mental health? Can they make decisions based on a person's mental health? The nurse was saying that you're responsible for the psychosocial aspect of Shimei, which I think is a fucking joke because she's in a coma. So that's what a great use of money, but resource tile, but yeah, is she responsible? Is mom responsible for the psychosocial health of Shimei as well? Does that link into the whole medical thing?
As a TSDM, she's responsible for medical decision making.
Psychosocial mental health.
that's why we already had the meeting to discuss what the plan would be going forward.
So
that
you just
he-
decided to cowboy up and make a decision without actually learning anything about the situation at hand.
I knew the situation as Ali had handed over to me, and there was no final decision made about the visitation of.
Show me.
You can't have access to that.
But Julian had access to my sister.
He visited just like you could visit your sister.
I am her brother.
Yeah.
I have not threatened my sister. I do not threaten to burn down our house.
So if we ever saw any of that type of behavior in the hospital,
Here.
then of course we would not let him.
What if
continue
someone
allowing-
just walked in off the street and wanted to visit her?
It's a controlled environment where we are present, so we're making sure that that person would never be able to do any harm to her while she's here in the hospital. Because you actually let Ashanti, one of Shimei's ex-friends, who she's no longer a friend with, who is a drug-using prostitute, in there. So you're saying that you didn't know that she's a drug-using prostitute. I'm assuming because you let her in there. But anyone can walk in and just decide and get in there. So what
I'm
someone
here
does
to
on their
visit this
personal time
person.
too is.
Ashanti.
Yeah, I'm here to visit this person. If they come in and are
If they're appropriate at that time, so if they're not a danger to themselves or any staff or the patient, and they seem appropriate when they're visiting, then we don't judge what someone does outside of the time that they're visiting, as long as they're appropriate when they're visiting here in the hospital. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom should have come.
She's coming on Sunday. I'm gonna meet
The
with
Cardex
her
will
then.
have been altered by then. It's going to be altered as soon as I leave. You're going to get up, go check it, and maybe it's there. And if it is, you fucked up. And maybe it's not. And if it isn't, you fucked up. Somebody fucked up. And no one will be punished for it. No one's going to lose their job because I would threaten the resource tile that is my sister to you and to you. Yesterday, the nurse, she said, we're doing everything in our power to, and like, you guys are trying to save her life. There is no doubt in my mind that you are trying to save her life. And I don't want to, I'm very emotional right now. I'm catching myself right now because I'm getting snarky. Sorry, guys. This is very frustrating. I guess this is a good spot to leave it. I caught myself.
Do you have a plan if you are available to come in on Sunday with your mom? Like, that would also be good.
Nothing, my presence will not change anything. My mom's presence didn't change anything yesterday. My presence at Victoria General did not change anything. I am powerless. Thank you for your time. I apologize for my